What's going on, everybody? It's Jamie and welcome to the channel Thiftonfire. Today we're going to pull some really good eBay orders, some Poshmark orders, and I think at the very end there might even be a Depop order that snuck in here. I'm also going to show you a buy that I made just recently. So it's actually the same person that I bought all the baseballs, all the hockey pucks, some cards, other jerseys. We got talking last week and he said, hey, pop by Sunday, maybe you can take a look at these jerseys. So I did. I'm not going to show you too much, comps for this stuff. You guys know I pay about $20 a jersey. I expect to double or more my money on every jersey. Size is a problem here. So this is a size small. It's a Y2K Broder jersey. Okay. This one, Aaron Rodgers, also size small. This is a Majestic medium, made in the USA. It's a Jeter one, okay? Like I said, I couldn't go wrong at 20 bucks a piece. I'll pay 20 bucks for jerseys if I think they're authentic, obviously, all the time. Not a big problem. This is a Brett Favre jersey, also a good jersey. Well, then we have all these soccer jerseys, okay? Once again, $20 a piece. There's a lot of Manchester United jerseys in here. There is a Toronto jersey in here somewhere too. Yeah, right there, FC. So whole bag full of jerseys, $20 a piece. I'm not going to bother throwing comps up for these. You guys know I'll make some pretty good money off of these. I just wanted to show you that because I've still been in a buying mood. I also got this. There's no sold comp for this. I'll show up a couple that are listed of this one. I listed mine pretty high. It's this weird, from 1999, I think. Manchester United. They're little bobbleheads, I guess is what they technically are. There's one listed, somebody's trying to auction one. There's one listed for like $800 or something like that. I listed mine for $4.99 USD. I already got an offer of 150. I don't know if this will sell because when I looked on TerraPeak or eBay research tool, the only one I could see was slightly different and it sold for about $150 US a long time ago. Okay, so this, I don't know what I'll eventually get. I paid $50 for that. Took a gamble. I know I'll get $50 out of it. That's not a problem. How much more? Big question mark. Anyway, thought I'd show you guys what I've been up to this week. Let's pull some orders. We sold a youth hockey jersey on eBay. Okay, this is good because we just listed it. St. Louis Blues. Listed this one for $39.95. Accepted an offer of, I think, I'll throw it up on screen, but I think it was $34 USD. Paid $9.99 Canadian for these. If you didn't see my last video, I showed getting a whole bunch of these now in the mail. In the past, I've went and picked these up in a particular store, but now I was able to order a bunch in the mail. So I do have another one of these. As soon as I get this one shipped, we'll relist the second one. And because it is brand new with tags, I'll look it over quickly, but I'll probably just use the same photos because it is just a brand new with tags jersey. But still happy with the quick sale on the St. Louis Blues youth jersey. We sold back-to-back items to the same person at eBay. Okay, both of these items are sort of like bundles or lots built up here, but this was somebody who has my store saved and has bought from me in the past. Okay, so bundle number one was this 8-bit Nintendo with Mario Duck Hunt, 2 controllers and a power supply. This bundle or this lot went for $89.99 USD. This came from that attic buy that I just did about a week ago, or you've seen about a week ago on the channel. Second lot, another Nintendo. You can see this one's got a little bit more discoloring, but they're both in working condition. This one I gave Super Mario 3, 2 controllers, power supply, AV cable. Same thing, $89.99 USD. Both were like within minutes of listing, very quick sales, like I said, to the same person. I'm probably going to just put them in the same box and send them together. I'll package them up nicely and individually inside the box potentially, but these will go to the same person, so we'll just ship them out in one shipment. If I can give a little bit of a shipping discount, I will, but I'm not charging that much shipping on these to begin with, so there's probably not that much money to give back. Okay, so I'm going to get these ones packed up, and I do have a couple more items going out from that attic buy, which I'm already in the profit. So every time I sell anything from that buy now, it's just going to be profit. So happy about that, and let me get these ones packed up, and we'll pull another order. Now, if you guys remember from that attic buy, there was actually 3 Nintendos. That last Nintendo, I couldn't get it to work. I kind of did. I could get it to like come up on the screen, but then it was just doing the red blinking thing. It wasn't great. So we did just sell that one. Console only. I kept the cables and everything. Parts and repair. Listed it for $40 USD. It sold the same day for $35 here. It is very dirty. I tried to clean it up as well with a magic eraser, but because it's parts and repair, I'm not going to spend too much time trying to clean it up. So yeah, I got $35 USD for this one, parts only. It actually cleaned up not too bad. I don't know how it shows up on camera. It's pretty yellow on the back there. Somebody could take their time and clean it up. I do think this potentially, with just a little bit of work, could be a working unit. I did get it, like I said, I did get it to fire up a couple times and show the game on screen, but it looked like kind of pixelated and weird. But for the most part, this is just parts only with the blinking red light, $35 USD. Let's get it out. Built a pair of Viking outdoor kind of hiking pants. Viking Tempest rain pants, medium, waterproof fishing, skiing. Okay, so they're just like an outdoor style pant, okay? Got these at the Goodwill bins. I think I overlooked when I picked them up, so I seen they were new tags. I checked all the buttons and zippers, but it has this custom embroidery, which I'm sure is a local company or something. That hurts the value a little bit. Listed these for $24 USD, accepted an offer of $20. Pretty happy with that. You know, would I pick them up again? Probably. You know, embroidery is not the end of the world, but yeah, obviously not ideal. Most people don't want that, but it doesn't totally kill the deal. There are still people who don't care about that too much, depending on what you're going to use them for, right? But happy to get 20 bucks out of these outdoor pants. We have another sale from the Attic Buy, and it's more video games. Atari 2600, a lot of 11, okay. $24 is what I got for them, USD, plus shipping. I'm gonna say I charge for shipping $7. Not too bad, I guess. So I have two lots. There's one down here. I know it's this lot. I'm gonna come back and pull it in a minute. I just can't grab all that with one hand, but happy with that. $24. None of these games are worth very much. The games that were worth, you know, $10, $15 plus US, those got a lot of individually, I think. This one's still here as an individual game. I think we have some different lots down here, but yeah, this one, I can't remember what it's worth, but for the most part though, with those Atari games, I just lotted them up, and I'm happy to sell 11 at a time for $24 USD. We made a Depop sale. Now these are not a great size, so I took a pretty aggressive offer. $99 USD, they're women's size 6. I mean, it's not the worst size in the world. $99 USD, I accepted an offer of $79. You know, I paid like $20, $25 Canadian. I did get these wholesale from a local liquidation store. It's changed owners a few times. This was the original owner that I dealt with when I initially bought a whole bunch of Kohans and I think Skechers and stuff like that. It should be these ones. We'll just make sure. I'm gonna wind up shipping it out in the original box too. $79 USD for these guys. Pretty happy about that. They are, you know, they are brand new. Never been used. I guess could have I got more money eventually, but this seemed pretty reasonable. $79 USD plus shipping on Depop. Happy with the sale. Poshmark.com ordered another interesting one from the Goodwill bins. Okay, so these are a pair of winter boots, but they're Vans. And they were just sitting there. So they are a men's size, what are they, size 8, waterproof black. I did hit them with a little bit of conditioner to try to like get them to look a little more vibrant in the leather part up here. So knock them over, but whoops. They're in pretty good condition. Like the bottoms are clean. There's like a little scuff. Yeah, it's right there. Right there's like a little tiny scuff. Other than that, there's no damage whatsoever to the leather. They're in nice condition inside. These things sell new for like $80 to $100. So I think I had these listed for like around 50 US. Accepted a best offer of 45. Like I said, it's kind of funny at the bins. Most people, Converse and Vans and stuff like that, they don't touch. So when they seen Van boots, they probably just thought, oh, well, we don't grab them, whatever. They didn't look at them. They didn't look twice at them. I threw them in my cart, looked them up before I left, and was very happy to see it. They go on to sell for pretty good money. They're actually really unique. I think they're kind of cool. Yeah, if you see them out there, definitely look them up because they do hold pretty good value, even used. We sold a sweater on Poshmark.com. I was just talking with John from the Eh-To-Zed Reseller podcast and Reselling with John here on YouTube. You guys know John. About Arc'teryx, and I said I don't really find it very much, but I had one pair listed. It was an odd color, sort of this teal color, size small. It actually sold a few days later, so that's kind of interesting. Size small, not great. Odd color. Had it listed for 34 US. Posh Sidekick was sending out offers. I had it set up to give a pretty good discount this past weekend, and I got $28 USD on this guy. Not too bad. If it was a bigger size, the brand is great. I mentioned this before. I'm always good with brands. Sometimes not so good with styles, colors. maybe what's exactly trendy right now, but I'm good with brands, so when I see good brands I typically pick them up and get them cheap. This one, however, I actually got from a buddy who picked it out of the Goodwill bins. The same guy I told you was getting out of some like clothing and hard goods, that type of stuff. He wound up giving this to me in that bag that I mentioned before. I bought a bag of clothing and a bunch of stuff for $100, and this came out of there, so happy to get this sale. We sold a hockey puck on Poshmark. It's this Bill Smith Hall of Fame 93 puck, $40. I counter offered. Originally, I'm just looking back at eBay, it was $44 US. I forget what they offered me, maybe like 35 bucks, something like that. And I countered at 40, they accepted. And I paid $20 Canadian, so turning that into 40 USD, pretty good. We're gonna be down to just 5 pucks. Still selling quite a few balls, but yeah, happy with this one. Let's get him out. Another Poshmark.com order. I had to dig around for this one a little bit. Young Ann wool hat fedora. Okay, it's in this bin, but I had to look because I knew it was probably in this bin because this is where I have these fedoras and the style of hats, and this one's already kind of misshapen. We'll have to go back in here and fix that. But this is the hat right here. Yeah, I haven't been really picking these up too much recently. I used to be able to find some pretty good ones at my local thrift store for like $3 and flip them for 50. They're definitely not as popular as they once were, but there's still some, you know, some following for this style of hat. It took a long time for this one to sell. This one I think I pulled out of the Goodwill bins. I was still happy with the sale, obviously, but yeah, not something I pick up too much anymore. It is the very next day, and once again I find myself out in the shed at 6 o'clock in the morning trying to pull a few last orders to get my shipments out from the weekend. Okay, so I'm filming this on Monday morning. I'm trying to get my stuff out today to Stallion Express. I think overnight I had another 5 orders, so we're going to pull another 5 orders right now, starting with this eBay order for this John, I think it's Van Beesbrook, autographed New York Islanders puck. For some reason, I feel like, I could be wrong, I feel like for some reason this guy maybe is local to my area. I know he plays for the Rangers, but you know, hockey's a big thing here, and there's a lot of guys who've made it to the NHL from this area. I could be totally wrong about that. For some reason, I just feel like that's the case. I'm looking at the baseballs, so I'm clearly not awake. It's right here. Definitely this one. Yeah, one of those. Is it going to be one of those days? I'm definitely not awake yet. I've made coffee, but I have not had coffee. Anyway, we found the puck after we stopped looking at the baseballs. It's right here. We're going to get this guy in a little box, and we're going to get him shipped out. I will fact check, though. I do think this guy is maybe from Norfolk. Could be way off on this one, but I feel like he might be. I'll throw out his stats on the screen, see if I'm right. But yeah, let's get this guy out. Another eBay sale. We sold a little handheld game, 1978 Coleco electronic quarterback. It is missing the battery back. I have it in the photos. We tested it out just kind of briefly here. Everything seemed to be working. I did sell it as is, need to clean up. You can see, I don't know if it's like, if this was supposed to be whiter or if that's the color it was. I don't really recall. I have not really seen any of these before in person, so yeah, $17 USD. I think I had it listed for 20. I thought that was totally fine. The person did reach out and just make sure that it did work. You know, it did seem to work, so that wasn't going to be a problem, but it is missing some stuff. It needs to clean up. I think they have maybe a parts machine, maybe with a better case that they want to just make a new one out of. That's sort of what I'm assuming anyway. But $17 USD on this one. We're gonna get them out. We sold a DS game on eBay. This came from that attic buy where I got all the retro video games from the attic and some toys and stuff. Listed this for $45. This 3DS game, Dragon's Quest, is cartridge only. It was actually in a Super Mario 3D case. I opened it up and this was in there. I listed it for 54 USD and accepted an offer of 45. I went back and forth with somebody a bit. And you know what I thought? For what I have into this thing, and we're making good money on this already, I'm gonna let this go for 45 bucks. Not that big of a deal as a cart only game. Could I get a little more money? Sure. But you know, I think $45 is fair as well. Let's get this guy out. We sold a pair of Sauconys on eBay. Saucony Ride 15, okay. They were $39.95 USD is what they sold for. They should just be over here on the shelf. I think I know exactly where they are because I think I just moved them. Are you the Rides? Ride 15, yeah. So I think I picked these up at Goodwill for probably about $8, something like that. Not too much. And they did go $8 Canadian. They did go into sale for $39.95 USD. Took maybe about a month or so, but still really happy with the flip. We sold a jacket on Poshmark.com. It's this Montreal Canadian vest sport, so the arms zip off of this one. $65 USD. I had it listed for $75. This jacket's not to be confused with the 2 Montreal jackets I paid up for recently. I think I paid $50 Canadian for those a piece. This I got from a buddy who goes to the Good Bull Bins and bought wholesale at some point, potentially earlier this year or late last year. I don't remember the timeline for this. I've had this one for a little while, but it's cool. The arms do zip off. I probably paid him about $20 for this jacket, and we were able to pull about $65 USD. I could be a little bit off in the buy cost because typically when I was buying wholesale from him, I was buying big lots of stuff and factoring the price. So probably overall, I paid less for this really piece by piece in the buy, but you know, for the sake of this video, I think $20 is fair because I definitely didn't pay any more than that. And we turned this into $65 USD. Once again, a very successful sales week. I'm happy with everything that's been selling recently. My last 3 weeks have been almost double of what I've been doing recently on eBay. So it has a lot to do with what I'm selling as well. But you know, sales have been good for me, even with the Canada Post strike. It's really not slowed anything down. Now, that being said, most of the stuff I'm shipping out is going to the US. So that's, you know, obviously a factor here too. As far as the jersey buy, I was happy to pick up all of that stuff. I couldn't be more happy to pick up all that stuff because I don't have to source. It just came from one place. I'll be good for the next week or so. I really don't need to look for anything unless I want to go and jump into a Goodwill or something. I don't have to, okay? So that's a good feeling knowing that I just have really good inventory that I'm actually excited to list. That relationship with the same guy who's got all the cards, he still has a whole bunch of hockey cards. We talked about those some more. He's not super realistic on price yet. I'm hoping to go back and talk to him after he sorts them out a little better. You know, I kind of showed him a few that he thought were really great. I kind of showed him maybe they're not as worth as much as you think they are, so I can't pay as much as you're hoping. But you know, if we can't figure out a deal for me to buy some more of the cards at some point, I did say we could maybe work out some sort of commission deal that would work for both of us too. Anyways, I think we're going to end this one right here. If you guys like videos like this, please give it a big thumbs up. If you're not subscribed to the channel, please consider subscribing for more content, and we'll see you guys soon.